Hey guys, so today's 7 on Sunday. If you guys weren't aware by now, but 7 on Sunday is a weekly prompting idea that you could either do as a video or as a blog post or any format that you really want to choose to share your 7 favorites or least favorites of a certain topic. And this project's been going on for around 8 months now, and it was actually created by Grace over at G-Swizzel, and I will link her down below, and also the Goodreads page, because it's the best place to find out all the information you need on future topics, and also you can have discussions. It's a really great tool to use if you want to be a part of this, and I highly recommend it because it is so much fun, and it's also good because it like motivates you to make videos and also to give you like themes to talk about, and it's just something I highly recommend. And this week we're going to be talking about our 2021 series TBR, and actually like a week or two ago I actually uploaded a video that was very similar to this theme, where I talked about 5 series I wanted to finish and 5 series I wanted to start, which I will link down below also if you want to see kind of more broader version of like my TBR for series. So the 5 that I want to finish I am going to re-mention in this video, and then I've got 2 more that I've just added to my list that are 2 that I like hope that I might be able to finish, but I still want to join in even though I've technically already done my series TBR, and I'm excited to get into this video. So the series that I'm like most adamant that I really want to finish is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafe. Seriously, I remember reading Shatter Me back in like 2016, and now we're in 2021 and I still haven't finished the series. And I know I finished the original trilogy and then they brought out 3 new books, and I have read Restore Me, but I still haven't read the last 2 in the series, and I really want to get to it, but every time I think about picking it up I just don't. And to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of Restore Me. I feel like they kind of ruined some stuff and they're bringing in things that I was like, okay, what? But I still want to finish it because I love Warner. He is still one of my favorite book boyfriends, and I just want to keep reading more of this series, and I really hope that I get it done. The next thing I'd really like to finish is the Princess Trilogy by Lauren Sebastian. So I have read this first one and I have the second 2 books of the trilogy, and I actually really enjoyed this book. It was like a really good fantasy, and I know it like feels like most fantasies that we do have out there because there is a general tone and theme towards all these fantasies, but like I don't hate it because I love to read these type of fantasies. They're really fun. They're always gonna have like the bad people and the good people and the love triangle and all the same tropes, but it's still fun. And I did really enjoy this first book, and I read it a few years back, and then I got the second and third book, but I just haven't finished, and I really would like to finish this trilogy. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I am very keen for it. Okay, the next series I want to read is one I've had for a long time, and that is 3 Dark Crowns by Abbeyleec. So I remember I was really good reading the first book straight away when it came out, and then I read the second book a year later when it came out, then the third book came out and I didn't read it, and then I got sent the 4th one from a publisher, and I was like, okay, I need to get back into this series. But because of the format of this series of having like the 3 queens and having the story, and there's a lot of twists and turns in it, that I was like, you know what's a good idea? When I go to Hong Kong, I'm gonna bring these books and I'm gonna try and start rereading them. So I managed to reread only the first one though, because I had the train trip to Sydney and I was reading in that for a bit, then I tried to read it on the plane. Didn't read at all in the country because I was too excited about traveling around, but when it came back again, tried to read it on the plane and on the trip and everything, and I finally managed to reread this one. I thought everything was going great. Then I started reading the second one, got 50 pages in 2019, and have not picked it up since. It has been sitting there unread for the longest time, and this is something I need to get back into, and I just don't know what I'm doing. So it's still basically 3 full novels that I have to read because, as I said, the second, third and fourth one I've been unread, and I also have read the novella collection because I read that before the first one because I thought it was vital, because these are things about characters from like way in the past. But I do have problems with this series though, because I feel like it's not the best thing ever, and I felt like rereading it was good to kind of see the characters again, but also like I'm just not that invested in their lives, and I do want to know what's going to happen though. Like I feel like once I get to stuff that I haven't read before, it's going to get more interesting, and it is a unique story, but I don't know why I'm just not feeling it as much as I probably should be. Okay, the next thing is another trilogy, and that is These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I remember I bought these as a full trilogy years and years ago, and then I finally picked up the first book and I really enjoyed it, had a lot of fun, and I was very excited to like continue on, and then I just never picked it up. And I think I'm going to enjoy books 2 and 3. Like they're already set up a pretty interesting like space world, and a lot of stuff seems to be going on, and it's going to be interesting to see like new characters, but also see them react with the characters from previous books. And like I do love Illuminae, and I also did enjoy Aurora Rising, and like these type of space opera series with so many characters, and we have different characters for each book, even though Aurora Rising is the same characters. But I am very keen for this, and I also need to pick up all the other sci-fis that these authors have written because there are so many. There is literally so many trilogies on my list, but I also want to read Everland by Wendy Spindle. So I feel like everyone was hyped about this book when it was in an Owl Crate like years ago, and I decided to buy it because I'm like, oh, steampunk sounds fun. And it's also like a Peter Pan retelling, and then I read it and it really wasn't that great. But I am excited because I have the sequels because I decided to buy them, even though I probably shouldn't have. But we also have a Wonderland retelling and a Wizard of Oz retelling, and I'm just intrigued to see what's going to happen. And we also have the novels where it's different characters each book, and then they're obviously made up and everything. Like, I honestly really enjoy companion series if they are done well, but if they're not, then it can be kind of boring. But I just really want this to be one that I try to get finished, or they're just going to sit on my shelves forever. On to the two that have not been mentioned yet, but I really want to read The Lost City by Amanda Hocking. Main reason is because Pan Macmillan literally sent me the whole trilogy, so now I'm like, God, I have to read these, and I don't know when I'm going to, but I really do want to. Like, these books are set in the same world as the trilogy, but there's also the Ice Kiss trilogy, which I really enjoyed, and I'm sure I'm going to really like this, and I'm hoping to see characters from previous books kind of pop up. But I have the whole trilogy, and this is something that I'm just like dedicated to trying to get read, even just started. I would just love to start this trilogy, and I'm hoping for the best. I'll probably wait until I get a readathon where I can like actually solidly pick this up, and I'll be really excited to finally get started. But I just feel like it's going to bring me a lot of nostalgia of those series that I really liked a few years back, and I'm very keen. And the last one is kind of a given because I mention it all the time, but come on, I really need to get into the Dark Artifices and finally read Queen of Air and Darkness. Like, I'm shocked that I haven't been spoiled because like there is so much happening out there, and like Chain of Gold's already come out, all of the Magnus books seem to be coming out, and like everything seems to be happening. But I am just shocked that I haven't gotten to this. I need to just commit to reading this, but these books are also like all over 700 pages. Like, she used to write small books and now they're all massive. And these two are going to be rereads, but I really do love Emma and Julian, so like I want to see them again. But I just feel like maybe like once I actually get to the point that I can read Queen of Air and Darkness, I'm gonna get spoiled. And like, there's some things that you can kind of think are obvious that are gonna happen in Queen of Air and Darkness, but like, I have just tried to stay away from things. But honestly, people have been so good not spoiling stuff. Like, a Sarah J Maas book comes out and you know about it the next day, but Queen of Air and Darkness came out like 2.5 years ago, and I still haven't seen any spoilers, and I'm very proud of the book community for doing that because you guys are legends. To be honest though, I haven't really set myself like that many reading goals, so I'm trying to just like read whatever I feel like, try to not give myself too many goals. But I would love to get to all of these, and even if I don't finish these series, it's not going to be the worst thing ever, but I'm really gonna try. But anyway guys, that is my video for today's 7 on Sunday. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!